this is DH Dunn, and I'm here to ask myself an all-new question. Can I lope 10 days as a park ranger? The rules on this one are pretty simple. Basically, don't mess with the environment. So that means we cannot mess with the animals, we cannot harvest anything, we cannot take anything natural. We can only loot things that are man-made or inside buildings. When we are outside, it has to be man-made or we can't touch it, and we can't leave campfires. In fact, we can't even put our torch on the ground. But since you can't loot stones and you can't loot sticks, you're not going to be dropping your torch anyway. I think this is going to be really interesting. The goal here just is kind of leave no trace, leave only footprints. In fact, if I find campfires that the game has made out of the natural environment, I'm going to clean those up too. So we're going to get into it. I'm very excited about this one. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So we definitely need Fire Master. I mean, well, I'll just go with the ones I always do. Park Ranger. It's Ranger Will. Where does Ranger Will spawn? I'm very excited about this. I really like this idea. We'll see if it works. I don't know. Sounds okay. PV or Timberwolf Mountain? I've been getting Timberwolf Mountain a lot lately. It's PV. Okay, so take only pictures, leave only footprints, and I don't have a camera. So that means no old man's beard. That means no rose hips. That means no cattails. No bunnies. No wolfies. No nothing. No coal. If the earth made it, I can't mess with it. I can loot dead people. That seems fine. I don't remember where I am. I don't like the spawn point. I think I've messed this up. At least it's PV, so there's a lot of places to loot. It would have been worse to, like, you know, start an HRV or something where, you know, everything is natural. Now, if I find, like, a backpack outside, I can loot that. That's man-made.
My fingers feel numb.
Do they? Well, I'm not surprised by that, to be honest. Now, this does mean that there are a lot of, for a long-term run, there's a lot of things. I think you would have to allow beachcombing.
Goddamn freezing.
And you would have to say that anything you can loot from beachcombing is allowed, or you would have to make some sort of exception for saplings. You would have to find a way to allow saplings. Otherwise, I don't see how this works as a, you know, live forever run. There's also the question of scurvy. If you can't fish, and you can't, how do you deal with that? I don't know. It's interesting, but I only got to live 10 days. That, I think, is going to be challenge enough. But it is interesting to try to think about how would it work long term. How long could you live under this rule set? Now, if I'm right about where I am, I should be coming up on the farmhouse, which is nice. I think that spawn put me near 3 strikes, which I could have gone and checked, but I'm not good at finding it. Okay, yeah. I know where I am, and I was near 3 strikes. Can't touch that. I have found a bedroll here one time. I don't think we'll end up with frostbite. We'll see. One time I found a bedroll there. It was great. You'd have to allow yourself to loot feathers. Or you just have to say, well, you never have a bow. And if you never have a bow, but even if you have a bow, what are you going to do with the bow? Yeah, no. You can't kill animals, so you don't need the bow anyway. How would you solve these problems long term? Well, I'm a little concerned that you, in fact, are going to get frostbite because we got a long way to go and a short time to get there. And you are neither Smokey nor the bandit. And you are walking way too slow. Right into the wind. PV kicking our ass here. The risks still aren't that high. Last week I got mauled on my main Loper run around day 300 and lost my mittens, and man, I got frostbite quick. So later in the game, with the colder temperatures, it must, you know, the temperature must play a role in how fast the frostbite counter ticks up. Well, no, I don't know where the hell I was then. Maybe I was where I thought I was? I don't know. I know where I am now. Yeah, okay, I think so. Ranger Will, don't they have any kind of fitness requirements for this position? Feels like you should be handling this better. In my headcanon, Will's a big boy, so he's got a lot of bulk to move around. I figure he's like the brawny paper towel guy, like he's like a big guy. Oh, well, you sound better now, Will. All right. We didn't get frostbite. Hooray. We can loot things. We can eat things. We need to get some wood in here because we can't get any wood outside unless it's firewood that's already been cut. I'm hoping for the Mackinaw upstairs so much. I haven't seen the Mackinaw in a while. I would really like a return. We need to break all these crates down. Time of day. Yeah, we need to really, really look for our wood opportunities. Now, if we light a fire, right? And then we pull torches from that fire, and then we harvest those torches into sticks, those are our sticks. We made those. So I feel like that's okay. We will be breaking that down. Maple syrup? Nope. Did I miss it? Out here? Nope. Okay. Oh, I did. I did. Film. No, thank you. Books. I'll take them. Again, that's flammable material. We need as much of that as we can get. But yeah, if you can never hurt animals, then you don't need the bow. So you don't need to cure the guts. You could make a rule that you can harvest something that's already dead. And then you could get the wolves to hunt for you. You could do that. we're not doing that.
What have we here?
But I'm just trying to think it out in the long term. I'm hoping / guessing this will inspire a lively comment discussion of how to best work this out if you were trying to live forever. Because you can live forever in this game. I think that's been pretty conclusively proven, even at the interloper level. Probably even at the misery level, you can live forever. But if you start putting restrictions on it, then I think, you know, like no fire. I don't think you can live forever without fire. I think at a certain point you run out of water and the game is over. No Mackinac. There's never anything back here. There should be something back here. I should be rewarded for looking there. No Mackinac. I'm so sad about that. Will, you look like a bank robber. Pick them up. Give me all your money. We opened that already. What are you doing? Maybe the rabbit hat will be in the, I mean, can we use that? A man made it. It's man-made. We didn't do it. I don't know. That one's debatable. It's not going to be there anyway. It hasn't been there in a long time. Okay. Crates. Make sure we don't walk away from crates. I don't think there's any crates up here, but I'm not very good at this, so... Maybe I'm right. I don't know. Okay. Crates in here. That's a negative Ghost Rider. Pattern is full. But crate here, yes. This might be also an interesting mode to play on like Stalker or Voyager, where the loot is more plentiful and you could live longer kind of easily on, you know, just the man created loot. Because sometimes I like to play Voyager or Stalker and just like do something to add more challenge to it. Because the loot gets overwhelming. When you're used to Interloper, then you go back to Stalker or Voyager, you're like, I don't even know what to do with all this stuff. All right, I think that's it. You want to eat your carrot? What's up, Doc? Did you grab this water? No. You're going to need that. You took that out of the tank, right? Of course you did. We could, now that we have the sewing kit, we could make... We've got everything. You know, we could make better things than this, but I don't know. We can do that later, too. I'm not taking scrap right now. Potatoes, though. Can I eat a potato? I mean, I ate a carrot. That's natural. But, I mean, it's in the house. It's in the house. You can get stuff in the house. It's outside. You can't take anything from the outside. It's like a nature preserve. Inside the house, we can do. This is probably the most unclaimed wood I've ever had. 9. Okay, probably I've had more than that. Never mind. Hyperbole. Thy name is Dunn. Honestly, I kind of want to summit. If we can get a hacksaw, I kind of would like to summit because that's a great source of man-made loot. And we haven't done a summit in a while. Yeah. We'll see what we find. We don't even have matches yet, so it's one thing at a time, but...
Where's the good stuff?
Dude, that is the good stuff. Socks are the good stuff. This is the new stuff. All right. Out we go. Beautiful weather. I love it. I'd love to hit Signal Hill here. Honestly, I'm not even sure I'm going to use a torch outside. Caves count too. We can't do anything in caves either. That's part of the natural world. Okay, we are warm in this place. I cannot remember the last time this thing was here. So it's going to be here this time so that I have to figure out what am I going to do. What kind of park ranger would walk around with a rabbit hat? What would the little kids think of that? And it's here. It's here so that I have to decide. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to use it. Can I get around the still not fixed bug of the hole in the floor? Yes. I'm not going to use it.
I better take this food.
Hole in the floor. Eat your candy bar, Will. I don't want to hear any complaints from you about this rabbit hat. You never saw a rabbit hat. There never was one. Okay? I don't know what you're talking about with the rabbit hat. That didn't happen. You want to warm up quick? All right. You didn't. You did not warm up. Thanks for nothing. The weather is still good. Okay, Signal Hill. As long as we don't get eaten by a bear. That would slow our progress down. But Signal Hill is a good source of boots. I don't always find boots there, but I frequently find boots there. Maybe they're guaranteed. And I don't always take the rope. But I'm going to this time. I usually don't. Rose hips? Nope. Stones? Nope. Feathers? Nope. Dead deer? Nope. I don't know, maybe you could say like every 10 days you've earned the right to proclaim one item, one natural item lootable from a list of authorized items. Like, you know, you're never going to be able to kill bunnies, and like, I feel like that's just off the table. Killing animals is off the table, but maybe harvesting animals, maybe every 10 days you earn the right to make a decision like, okay, I can loot feathers. All right, now you can loot feathers, you know, and then you can get saplings from beachcombing. Because someone else cut those down. You didn't cut them down. They were on a boat. So I feel like maybe that counts. Those are some chilled out Tarmies, man. They didn't even run. They know I can't hurt them.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't not thick to begin with, William. A thicker might be more accurate. I love Will, though. I think Will's funnier than Astrid. I love Astrid and I love Will, but I love them for different reasons. I definitely think Will is funnier.
Cold.
His line deliveries are funnier to me. Will seems bewildered by the entire experience. Like, what? What? Whereas Astrid just seems pissed off, which I feel is probably more realistic. Will is just constantly confused. I feel like Will is the guy who laughs at the joke last. The joke is told in a room, everybody else laughs, and then like 30 seconds later, Will's like, yeah, that's good, I get it. I get it. Everyone else has moved on. We love Will. Okay, now that firewood, man chopped that firewood. I can't chop firewood, but someone else already chopped it. I'm just cleaning up the environment there. Do we want these wires outside? I'm going to say no. I want to clean up the world, too. I think that's also a thing we could be doing. Doesn't mean I want to keep wires, though. They're freaking useless. Don't talk to me about fishing lures. I don't want to hear it. Can't fish anyway. I like the idea of every 10 days you unlock something and you make the choice from a list of things. That feels very kind of almost roguelike to me. I like that. And I like anything where you're making a choice. You know, unlocking something is fine, but unlocking the right to make a choice between multiple things to me is way more interesting. Ebola. Boots. Hammer, wow. Not really sure what I'll do with it.
This stuff will come in handy.
That definitely was a help. Wow, a man-made log. Great. No boots. It is not I who am crazy. It is I who am mad. Well, we have a coat on anyway. We're too cold to go anywhere until we warm up. That should warm us up decently. Let's maybe sleep 2. Now I could go to the dam from here. Why, you know, Winding River. I like the summit idea. So I want to head to Pleasantville. Or at least head towards it. Making sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, let's GTFO here. TV's being awful nice with this visibility. I don't know what to make of that. Because I know I don't trust you, PV. It's not like we just met for the first time. I know I can't trust you. It's not like, you know, Harvey Dent. Can we trust him? No. We know we can't trust PV. Yeah. Yeah. No bear, no bear, no bear, no bear, no bear, no bear.
need to eat soon.
Really? Already? Didn't you eat pretty recently? Here. Now leave me alone, I'm busy. Just drink an entire container of maple syrup, because that's a natural thing. Like, I've heard people joke about, oh, up in Canada, we do shots of maple syrup. Sure. Do you open the entire jug and drink it? I'm sure they do. Canadians are amazing. Cars can be looted. Look at that. Would have missed it. KirkSteven always says, check that back seat. We don't have a crowbar, don't go there. Heartbreak Ridge. There's a story behind that. I wonder what it is. Could it have to do with Molly? Did Molly experience heartbreak on Heartbreak Ridge? The first time I did episode 3, I did it on stream on Twitch. And I got to the part where you rescue the survivors and you got to go to the plane and get the people and carry them back. Spoilers, I guess. Too late, I'm sorry. What I learned very quickly was that the survivors themselves were indestructible and you could drop them. Because, like, you carry them over your shoulder, and at a certain point, you got to stop the rest, and you just kind of slop them on the ground like a bag of potatoes. And I realized that you could drop them from great heights. So I was climbing up on trees and bridges and putting them on cars, and it was awesome.
I need to find someplace.
Absolutely fantastic. Oh, I see you, Wolfie, and I don't want to deal with you because I don't have any way to deal with you other than avoidance. But I want the stim that's in this barn. This man-made stimulant. So the stim is a stimulant. So it makes sense that it resets your energy, but it also heals you. So it's like magic health. But I suppose, you know, that the idea of having a health bar is already taking reality and pushing it through a game, you know, filter. We don't have health bars. Where did you go, Wolfie? I can't see you now.
Something's making me feel tired.
It's weird. It's weird how being tired can make you feel tired. I hear that you're dead music. We're not dead yet. I'm just worried it's going to be too dark in here for us to do anything. It's not too dark. We might have to sleep here, though, which is not what I wanted. I'm not sure I can get to Pleasantville on this low stamina. Is that a torch? We don't have any matches, so that doesn't matter. The stim. The knife. No pry bar. Chippies. Beef jerky. Still chippies. It's in a chippy bag. It's chippies. I mean, we're not the librarian, but we have a lot of books. I really enjoyed the librarian series. I hope we can continue that. I think I might do some sewing, maybe. With our one piece of cloth, I don't know then. Think of that. A candy bar. All right. We're going to end up in the back of the truck. Whoops. Hey. All right. Maybe not. Whatever. Too dark to set it up correctly. All right, we're warm in here. Let's chow down. Carrots. Planted by a man, harvested from the ground. Completely acceptable. Beef jerky. And we'll have this before it gets any worse. Okay. Now, lowest condition of the clothing is probably, other than those shoes, is this. So let's repair that. That's all the cloth we have. Let's have a nice big drink. And let's sleep. I'm going to say 9. All right, we're all healed up. Drink again. And let's sleep another 2. There we go. Please take me out of this location. Even with safe house customization, I struggle to get out of this place. Okay. That means there's a door right here. What's it like out? Good enough, let's go. Set your phasers to hacksaw. Even if we don't find a hacksaw in Pleasantville, I'm going to Mountaineers to see if there's a hacksaw there. I know that's taking me away from a lot of man-made areas, but man, the summit would be everything. I have this torch, but I can't light it. Wolf to the left. 2 wolves to the left. Means there shouldn't be anybody over here. I can shave a tiny bit of time.
Can't feel my feet.
Yeah, you're fine. You haven't even taken any damage yet, though. I live in Maine, and Maine has one of the country's most beautiful national parks. It's Acadia National Park. If you ever have an opportunity to go check it out, highly encourage that you do. It is jaw-dropping.
Made it through another night.
Annie and I love to walk, and we love to walk in the woods. And there are many nature preserves in Maine, and we love to find new ones to walk at. So great to just walk around and listen to all the, forest critters and birds and everything, and just kind of zone out. All right, speaking of forest critters, there's one I'm worried about. We'll see if he's here. Bingo is his name-o. There's usually some, beef jerky or something. I don't know. I may have enough books at this point. I don't want to get slow. I can't do the it is I am crazy as I am mad because I already did that joke, but I guess I'm crazy because I don't see it. I thought there's like a backpack. Maybe I'm getting my churches confused. Maybe it just didn't spawn this time. I don't know. Guaranteed beef jerky. I don't think we've got a table that tracks that. Okay, what other footy prints do we see?
Wait. I'm so cold, I'm warming up again.
Okay, I'm going to hit in here because this is where I sometimes find the hacksaw, and then we're going to go over to the bingo parlor. We don't see any footprints. I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. No hacksaw there. No hacksaw there. Very well. I'm gonna go to the gas station first to get my matches so that I have them. Fortunately, Bingo is not here today. Thank you. Your absence is appreciated. It's addition by subtraction. All right, we also should get some oats and a floor potato. Or you know, nothing, I suppose, is also a thing. There's the matches. Made good use of that 6-burner across the street. There's my potato. Where's my oats at? How can I sow them? Sure, Gunbook, I'll take you. I don't want you to feel bad about yourself. There you are. All right. We're going to head over to the bingo parlor.
So cold.
Yeah, I know.
Just want to lay down for
I know.
a bit.
So cool. And in we go, but we are going to save the looting of the bingo parlor for next time. And we're going to continue this one, and I'm very excited to try to summit as a park ranger. I'm really enjoying, it's actually kind of liberating in a way to run through the natural environment, and you're just like, you can't touch it. You can't touch it. So you're not as worried about it. But I have no way to deal with wolves. And at a certain point, we're going to struggle with food, and that's going to get interesting. And I love it when things get interesting. So if you're enjoying this series, you want to give me a like, comment, subscribe. Those do all really help me. And I'll be back tomorrow with more Park Ranger and more adventures in the long dark. Until then, please stay safe, take care of each other, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.